Today, I'm going to share with you an unexpected website strategy that will get you way more traffic over time. And it's something that I had never heard of until a few years ago when we hired an amazing SEO consultant who has worked with some of the biggest brand names out there. And he was able to share something with us that really changed how we think about and approach SEO. And it's something that you can apply as well. So stay tuned and I'll share this with you. So we brought in an SEO consultant to just help us invest in our SEO team and department to up-level the results we're getting. It's something that we do in every department every year as we bring in consultants and trainers, and we ask, how can we improve? How can we get better results? What can you share with us that will help us serve our clients more effectively? And so it's something we invest in consistently. And so a couple of years ago, we brought in a consultant who has worked with some of the biggest brands out there. And if I named them, you would recognize multiples of them. He's been able to take some clients from, having very low traffic to having multi-millions of visitors per month. And he said something that I'll always remember, and you've probably heard this phrase, but the way he explained it will make sense for SEO. He said, "A rising tide lifts all boats." And he explained to me that when you get an article on your site to perform well with Google and people are starting to read it and you're getting a lot of organic traffic, that the rest of your articles will also begin to grow and get more traffic over time. But he also explained that it's important to look at your statistics and see what things are being read, and what their popular content on your site is, but also look at the articles and the things that are not getting hardly any or any traffic, because those are actually weighing down your site. And so it's important to just take a very simple, a look at your analytics. Most folks run Google Analytics, but whatever analytics you're running for your platform, so you can see where you're getting traffic, and take a look at those articles, those pages, those pieces of content that are getting the most traffic. And with those, improve them. Like say, man, this is getting a bunch of traffic, but do I have a clear call to action on this? Or can I add something in that's going to help me generate more leads from this? Can I add more information, or can I make a quick video that explains one of the concepts? Or how can I keep just expanding on and upgrading the content of this page or this article? When you do that, you're serving this, Google's customer better, the searcher, like we talked about earlier this week, somebody who's searching and trying to find an answer. If you can give them a better answer, a better result, and better information, then it's going to help that person. It's going to help Google recognize your site as an authority, but it will also build more trust with that prospect, so that when they need help, they'll trust you and they can reach out to you. So again, the first kind of thing to think about here is find your best performing pages and articles and improve them and upgrade them, put more useful content in them, have more clear calls to action, help people take the next step with you. But also look for those non-performing articles that aren't getting traffic and just unpublish them. You don't need them there, because that affects your credibility with Google, and it kind of drags you down when you have content that's not getting ranked and not getting traffic. So that's the first thing to pay attention to. When you simplify and remove that unnecessary content, then you can move on to the second thing that I want to share with you today is get straight to answering the questions that your audience has. Making a list of the questions you get when you're on sales calls or in trainings or you get in customer service. Doing research to see what people are questioning around, like, why do we do this, or how to do this, or steps to solve this problem. All of those questions become the core of your content, because that's what the majority of search is around, especially when it relates to somebody deciding if they're going to work with you. They want to understand what it costs, or how long is it going to take, or what factors do I need to pay attention to, or are these type of service providers in my area? Search is a significant amount of it is just around questions. If not, it's not all questions, but it's a huge majority. And so when your content answers those questions and really solves people's problems, again, you're building trust with them, but you're also allowing, Google to recognize, oh, people come to the site, they read multiple pages, they get the answers that they want, because we can see that based on the interaction on the site. And the third thing to pay attention to, after really upgrading the content of the articles and pages that are getting the most traffic, again, with good information, clear calls to action, more detailed explanations, upgrading that and dropping your bad content. The third thing is really just think about, like, how do I focus my entire site on conversion? So on every page, somebody should have the option to take the next step with working with you. So one of the things that we've done for our clients, and we've recently did upgrades to our own sites, is no matter what page or article you're reading, we always have at the bottom of the article the next step they can take. They can click to download the guide, or they can click to get a free sample from us, or they can click and engage. Because if they've read the content down to the bottom, then it's likely that they're interested and they clearly have a problem to solve because they've read the whole content of that article or that page. And so giving them a clear next step of here's how we can help you, or here's the next step you can take, that will continue just to focus your site on converting somebody into starting that conversation with you about their needs. And again, it's easy to get inside of our own head and start thinking like, oh, we have this nailed down, or my site's in great shape. But it's important for us to step back and say, if I was brand new here, what information would I want to know? Or if I'd never heard of my company or never been on this page before, how would I feel? And what would be the useful next step that I could take to solve my problems? When we look at it from our prospect's perspective, when we get outside perspective, maybe from somebody else in our industry or a great client that we'd like to have more of, or even sometimes I find it valuable to ask like a younger family member, either my son, who he's almost 11, or ask one of my nieces or nephews, or just ask somebody that doesn't really have any idea what we do. If they look at my website, if they look at the content of our pages and it's really clear to somebody that's never seen it before, then I know I've done my job. If it's confusing and they're not really sure, they're bored, or they just don't have any feedback at all, then I know that I have a lot of work to do in making it clear and helpful and useful information. So as you think about how to really get results from search engine optimization, from getting organic traffic from Google and other search engines, just to recap, remember to upgrade and improve the articles and content that are getting the most traffic. Unpublish, delete, get rid of the articles that are getting no traffic so they don't drag your site down. Make sure that you remove unnecessary content, get straight to answering the questions that your audience really has so that you can be the resource, you can be the authority, and then focus your entire site on conversion. Make sure that wherever they're reading, whatever they're doing, they always know how to take the next step. And that way it'll be clear to them of how they can work with you, that they can trust you, and that you can serve them and solve their problems. I hope that's useful to you. If you need any help with any of your website work or search engine optimization or getting more traffic to your site, we'd love to help you. You can go to businessmarketingengine.com to learn more. And tomorrow, I'm going to share with you on the show how much it should cost to build a new site and a few different paths that you can take to do that. So I appreciate you taking time to tune in and look forward to seeing you tomorrow.